What's up, people? This is Brewing Daddy, back at it, brewing up another 1-gallon recipe from Northern Brewer. We're going to be brewing up Northern Brewer's Chinook IPA recipe. And while we're brewing, we're also drinking, of course, and we're drinking a dead ringer. So let's see what we got in our box here. Alright, as we would expect, some gold malt syrup extract. Lots and lots of hops, of course. We have, looks like 2 Chinook, make that 3, make that 4. And they look like they're all 3.5 gram packages. Got some fizz drops. Got some grains, some Chinook IPA grains. Very small amount, of course. And we have some American ale yeast, and we have our steeping bag. And let's not forget our instructions, which Northern Brewer provides and does a really good job of detailing the steps in brewing this batch of beer. All right, so we're gonna get the pot hot and get brewing. Let's do it. Okay, our pot is getting hot, and we've already added in 1 gallon of filtered water. We filtered this on our Brita. We're going to add in about another, little over a quarter to a half. That's about right. And let's go over what we got here equipment wise. We got our liquid malt extract soaking in a pot of hot water, make it more liquidy. We got our grains and our hops here ready to go. We are trying this out for the very first time. This is a hop spider we purchased off of Amazon, and we're actually reviewing this product, but we're going to try it. It's actually a little bit tall for this pot. It's only gonna sit down there like that, but it'll work great on our 5 gallon as far as hanging over the side. We're still going to use it even though it's a little bit tall when we put our hops in, and we want to see how clean we can get with that. We got a kitchen timer here, we got our spoon, of course our lid and our pot and our burner. So while this warms up, we'll be sipping on a dead ringer, another great recipe by Northern Brewer, and chilling out. So we put our thermometer in and we're monitoring the temperature. Looks like we're around 160 degrees, so that's a good starting point for steeping. We're going to go ahead and get these grains in the bag. The easiest way to do this is just stick the bag over the bag and then flip it upside down. I got a little clip here, I'll clip onto the handle. We'll tie a knot in it. We'll moisten it, and then we will clip it onto the pot. Now these are going to be in here for 10 minutes, so we'll go ahead and start our kitchen timer. We've already set it for 10 minutes. And you want to complete this before the boil starts. So those ought to be moist enough, and then we'll clip them onto the handle here. All right, so we're gonna let that steep for 10 minutes, and then we will be putting in our liquid malt extract. All right, our timer has went off. So we're 10 minutes in. We can pull out this bag of steeping grains. And we're like right close to a boil, very, very close to a boil now. Get all the juice out of this. So we're ready for our liquid malt extract. I'm gonna go ahead and pull our thermometer out because We are right at a boil. It's just starting. So we'll mix this in good. That hot water just helps it come out so much easier. So I'm gonna stir this in good because you don't want any of it sticking on the bottom of your pot. I think we got most of that. So we'll stir this good. And I believe we need to put in one of our Chinook hops. So we'll get our hop spider in here. When we put the malt in, the liquid malt extract in, it took it away from a boil, so we're gonna have to get it back up to a boil. All right, so our liquid malt extract has been stirred in. We're heating our wort up to rolling boil again, and then we're going to add in our first batch of Chinook hops. Alright, so let's put our hop spider in. We're going to go ahead and pour in, and we already got a boil going now. Go ahead and pour in our Chinook. Let me start our timer. 45 minutes, so we're going to go 45 minutes now. So I'm going to put all my hops inside of this hop spider and see how it does. I want to try to keep all the debris from the hops out of my brew, so I'm gonna try this out and see how it works. So with our remaining 3 hops bags, we put in, with 10 minutes remaining in the boil, we'll put in 1 bag, and then when we cut the heat, we put in 2 bags. All right, so far hop spider's working pretty well. One thing I did not account for though is because my pot is shorter than the hop spider, when I cool it, I put my cover on it, and I'm not going to be able to do that. So that's something to take into account with this. So make sure your pot height is enough to accommodate the height of the spider. And one issue I'm going to have is because at the cut of the heat, I'm adding 2 doses of hops, and I don't want to just throw those in there and then immediately remove them. I want those to stay in during the whole cooling process. So, I mean, my 2 options are I could use one of the cloth bags and throw them in and then toss them in and remove the hop spider, or just take maybe a towel and cover the top. And I think I'm just going to do the towel option. I think that would be the better way to go. We have 10 minutes remaining on our boil, and we're going to put in 1 more package of our Chinook hops. So let's get this in here and get it hopping. Let's dump it in our spider. It seems to be doing its job pretty well. And yeah, we got a nice slow rolling boil going. We're going to let this continue for 10 more minutes, and then we're going to introduce our last 2 bags of hops in here. Timer is about to go off. Only got a couple seconds left here, so we're at the 45-minute mark. We're going to go ahead and put in our last 2 Chinook hops, and then we're going to cut our heat. And then we're going to put it in the ice bath and cool it down. So we're going to change it up a little bit. We normally would put a lid on this when we put it in an ice bath, but I think I'm just going to wrap a towel around the top of it because of the spider issue. But the spider actually is working pretty well. It's keeping all the larger hot particles out of the brew. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to let it cool for a minute here as I get the ice bath ready, and then we'll move it over there. Our wort is cooled now, and we're ready to put it into our fermenter. I have to pull out our hop spider here. Looks like it did its job. Just gonna let all the juices drain out of it. The wort actually looks very, very good, very clear. So we're going to transfer this. And even the bottom's pretty clean. This is what the bottom of the pot looks like. Pretty clean. I'm not going to pour that last bit in there. It's just what didn't get caught by the hops filter, but I'm pretty happy with the results of that. I was able to use almost everything out the pot. So now we're going to get our yeast in. With our sanitized scissors. Put our lid on, and our Chinook IPA will sit for 2 weeks in a cool, dark place while it ferments, and then we will be ready to bottle it.